So I ultimately do recognize it's a little bit silly for me to be distraught about a dietary change, but it really is disappointing. You know what? It's not fun. This is not something I'm excited about. It's not something I wanted to do at all. I who the heck wants this? Nobody wants, I don't desire to go without gluten. I love my wheat products. I love regular bread. I love regular pizza. I don't want to try the gluten-free version of Oreos ever. What the heck? And now I have to. Welcome to my casual YouTube channel. This is where I talk absolutely anything casual or monumental in relation to life. And today just happens to be going gluten-free, which I love. Anyway, yeah, so I've gone gluten-free. I'm not going gluten-free. I've been gluten-free for about 3 weeks. A little bit of background about me and why I've gone gluten-free. Not by choice. Emphasis, not by choice. Okay, no, technically this is a choice because everything is a choice in life. This is not a choice because it's not like a lifestyle change that I'm just making just to make. You know what I mean? There's some people who go gluten-free just for the sake of, I want to try it. This is not something I would want to try. This is something I needed to do for my health. And I'll give more emphasis on the context of why that is in a few seconds. But I really want to emphasize this was not something I was eager to do because it's making my life a little less enjoyable, but it's fine because life is still a little enjoyable, just a little less now. A little bit of background about me. I have a syndrome. I have PCOS, which is a hormone imbalance. Basically, my hormones are hella imbalanced. Gained a decent amount of weight within the past year. I have cystic acne. Hey, shout out to my cysties. My mood swings, along with like my hormones, if that's not a given, are like up and down. I have a lot of fatigue. Everything with PCOS has just been something I've learned along the way, and I've mainly learned through like not my OBGYN who told me I have PCOS because she sent me a pamphlet and that was it, but through like TikTok and websites and YouTube videos. I've learned a lot about PCOS, and a lot of the ways that people manage PCOS is by looking into their diet. One of the things that people talk about in relation to managing PCOS is managing your diet. So in order to manage your diet, just look into what serves you. And I was looking into TikToks. I was looking at the PCOS side of TikTok to like see what would help me manage my PCOS. Because one thing about us, the PCOS community, we're called the sisters because we have cysts on our ovaries. One thing about us is that a lot of people talk about how you can reverse PCOS through diet and maybe exercise. But for the most part, through diet, you can manage your symptoms really well. But you just have to, it has to be so specific to you. As I was looking through like PCOS, TikTok, and YouTube, and exercising a ton earlier in the year, I decided to kind of just stop that and just restructure how I was managing this. And I decided to look into a nutritionist. I love my nutritionist. Oh my God. For these past couple sessions, her and I have kind of just sat and talked to each other about like my eating patterns. I've taken surveys about how much nutrition I'm getting, how we've talked about my past eating history, like my past eating habits and my past eating disorders. She provides a lot of hacks for me. She's great. Love her. One of the things that we decided to do in our sessions was for me to take a food sensitivity test. If you don't know what a food sensitivity test is, it's essentially my nutritionist has ordered me this test to take that essentially gives you directions as to where to go to get your blood drawn so that you can send samples of your blood to people who are going to tell you what foods you're sensitive to. The blood has to be drawn and shipped out to the people who are going to tell you what you're sensitive to on the same day, which is crazy. I got my food sensitivity test back. And this is the only reason why I'm gluten-free. That is the only reason I am gluten-free, okay? And I highly recommend, if you are capable and you have access to a nutritionist, or if you're just curious yourself and you can look this up on your own, do a food sensitivity test. Oh my God. Especially because I was gonna go dairy-free before I was gonna go gluten-free because I thought maybe dairy is upsetting my stomach too much. I'm not lactose intolerant. I don't have any sensitivities to dairy.
It's a little bit of a lie. I'm moderately reactive to goat's milk, so I will no longer be having goat's milk.
That would be a waste. That was gonna make no change. If you want to see what your biology is telling you about what it likes and what it doesn't like, look into that, please. Because people just be doing things that are trendy, you know? When it's like, no, based off your body, what could be successful to you is just a train wreck for somebody else. And that's exactly what happened with me. And looking at TikTok trends and these TikTok PCOS Instagram influencers. I was looking at like chickpea, avocado, corn salad recipes. Turns out I'm highly reactive to chickpea, avocado, and corn. What? I'm not highly sensitive to these things. I'm medium high sensitive or medium low, but either way, medium is just not that great. It's not something I want to do daily. But basically, the range of the scale of things that you're sensitive to can go from low, which I believe is like maybe 1 to 1.9, and then there's like 2 to 2.9, and then there's like 3 to maybe 3.9, I think. That's just the scale that we're going to use for what my results are, because I'm going to, I hope, include maybe some photos of my food sensitivity. But basically, looking at my food sensitivity test, I go through each category one by one. I see vegetables, highly sensitive to corn. Okay, cool, whatever. Highly sensitive to cucumber.
I keep saying highly, but I'm just moderately high, so.
It's fine. Highly sensitive to avocado. That's not that fine. That's not great because I love avocado. Let me tell you, I love avocado. I was eating probably an avocado a day, if not an avocado every other day. I love avocado. But it also makes sense because I have a lot of inflammation and I was gaining a decent amount of weight. Like, bro. Olives, which translates into olive oil. Oh, by the way, corn isn't just like, oh, you can't eat like the vegetable. No, I also have to watch out for high fructose corn syrup in general, corn chips, cane sugar. Amongst other things, I think like acetafetamine. Basically, it's the ingredient that's in like Tylenols and ibuprofens that helps you deal with pain. Or is it sleepiness? Is that the ingredient that helps with sleepiness? Either way, acetafetamine, cool. And then at a whopping 2.9 reactivity, I am highly sensitive to wheat. And you're probably like, okay, just wheat. No. No. My nutritionist tells me as she's sharing my results, so you're gonna have to go gluten-free. And I was like, ah! While we were talking, because we were doing a little session over a video call, I was like, oh my god, oh, wheat. Wow, that's a large number right there. Oh my gosh. And she's like, how are you feeling about that? And I was like, I mean, it's fine. I mean, we live in such an abundant world, you know, like what's life without a little bit of wheat? I can handle this. It'll be fine. You know, like there's so many alternatives that I can look into for sure. Avocados, that one hurts, but wheat, I mean, it'll be fine. And I just was kind of playing optimist with her, like giving her encouragement that I could be okay instead of just being like, dang, that, whoa, all the good things are gonna go. If I was on a phone call with like my husband giving my reaction, it would have been different. It's like, wow, that's crazy. I was playing optimist with her. I was like, cool, we'll check in a couple weeks, a month or so. And then we just hung up. A lot of me on the first day was disappointed. But I was also optimistic because we do live in an abundant, I live in an abundant mindset and world, in my opinion. And I really do feel like there are a lot of great gluten alternatives. I'm so happy I exist now as opposed to 30 years ago. Can you imagine being gluten-free 30 years ago in the 90s? That's a struggle for real. That's something to be depressed about. But the fact that in 2023 I'm gluten-free, it's fine. There's so many advancements made in gluten products. Like, gluten-free products. It's fine. So I ultimately do recognize it's a little bit silly for me to be distraught about a dietary change, but it really is disappointing. You know what? It's not fun. But the thing is I slowly will accommodate. Like my brain will be gluten free. My brain will simply go into gluten free mode automatically at a certain point. But now having to adjust and know what I'm missing out on is a little hard to adjust to. But I mean, it's not horrible. At least I don't have an extremely high sensitivity to where I'm sick if I have it. I'm a little ill. I'm a little inflamed. Am I sick? No. I'll be fine. I'll have it every once in a while and I'll be okay.